Hello student, good morning. To continue the lecture, that is flight adaptation in birds is completed, and after that lightness and rigid of endoskeleton in the flight adaptation, and after that digestive system of birds, respiratory system of birds, circulatory system very shortly given here, that is lightness and rigidity of endoskeleton. The skeleton framework of flying birds is very stout and is lightly built on the hollow girder principle. It has attained mechanical perfection by using the possible architectural principles to get maximum strength and rigidity. Most of the bones are pneumatics, filled with air spaces and provided with a secondary plastering to make them rigid. Many bones are either rod-like or J-shaped. Further, skeletal framework becomes compact, centralized, rigid due to fusion of bones. Endoskeleton of the birds thus contains the following characteristics. The skull bones are paper-like, thin, and show a tendency towards the reduction in their number. These bones are firmly fused with each other. The posterior portion of the skull is spongy. Teeth are lacking, being replaced by a much lighter beak. All the thoracic vertebrae except the last are fused into a single mass. The rigidity of the dorsal part of vertebrae column due to the fusion of vertebrae provides a firm fulcrum for the action of wings in striking air, while the arched clavicles and powerful pillar-like coracoids of pectoral girdles are well suited to resist the inward pressure of the downstroke. The heterocylous vertebrae confirm great flexibility, and all birds can move their neck through 180 degree, which help in pruning feathers in all parts of the body. Shortening of caudal vertebrae and formation of pygostyle has assisted stability in air. The unseated process of thoracic ribs helps providing compactness necessary for flight by concentrating the mass. Sternum or breastbone-like T-shaped girder supports the abdominal viscera. It contains a median ridge or keel for the attachment of major flight muscles. In flying birds, while it is without a keel in running birds like ostrich. The fusion of the pelvic with syncytium not only supports the weight of the body when the bird is walking, but also counteracts the effects of the shocks as the birds alights. The absence of a ventral symphysis permits laying of large eggs. The fusion of distal tarsals with the metatarsals to form a tarso-metatarsus and that of proximal tarsals with the lower end of tibia to form a tibiotarsus help to strengthen the legs for bipedal gait. The skeleton of forelimbs is completely modified. There are only 3 digits which are more or less fused. Digestive system. The rate of metabolism in birds is very high. Food requirements are great and digestion is rapid. Most birds are very selective in their diet and accordingly their beaks are variously modified further because undigested waste is minimum and is immediately got rid of. Consequently, the rectum becomes much reduced in length and never stores the undigested food. The ill development of rectum of flying birds indicates towards the fact that the flying animals cannot afford to bear the weight of fishes. The absence of gallbladder in birds minimize the body weight to some extent. Respiratory system. As a flying bird requires great and sustained power, therefore its respiratory system remains specialized in such a fashion that the food is combusted rapidly and completely to liberate large amount of energy. To meet the extensive rate of metabolism, greater amount of oxygen molecules is needed by the body tissues. For this purpose, the dense, elastic and complicated lungs are supplemented by a remarkable system of air sacs which grow out from the lungs and occupy all available space between internal organs, even extending to the cavity of the hollow bones, and also facilitate complete aeration of the lungs. The avian lungs are aerated twice at each breath with several perfect oxygenation of blood. The air sacs helps in regulation body temperature by internal perspiration. Further insertion of air sacs in between the flight muscles like pads reduces mechanical friction and increase the mobility in muscular action. Circulatory system. Rapid metabolism requires large oxygen supply to the tissues, which can be achieved by efficient circulatory system. Accordingly, avian heart is large sized, powerful and efficient due to double separated. Further, red blood cells of blood contains large amount of hemoglobin, and this is the responsible for blood quick and perfect aeration. Warm bloodedness. Due to the perfect aeration of blood, the body temperature remains high and does not change with the change of environmental temperature. For this reason, birds are called warm-blooded or hemothermal animal. The high constant body temperature enables the birds to take flight at high altitudes and also facilitates activeness in every season. Excretory system. The avian excretory system becomes specialized in 3 ways. Number 1, for the retention of water, the uriniferous tubules of even mesonephric kidneys are added with Henle's loop, which are efficient in water absorption. The coprodome of cloaca is another efficient water absorbing organ of birds. Coprodome of cloaca is another efficient water absorbing organ of birds. For reducing the weight of body, there occurs no urinary bladder, and the semi-solid urine is immediately excreted out, not retained for long in the body. The metabolic nitrogenous waste are converted into less toxins and insoluble organic compounds such as uric acid and ureates, which is an important physiological events adaptation. Brain and sense organs. The avian brain is highly developed, consisting of well-developed centers of equilibrium, muscular coordination and instinct. Hence, the cerebellum and cerebellum are highly developed. Further, because birds have to depend mostly on the sense of sight, so the eyes and optic lobes of brain are well developed. The ill development of olfactory or smelling reflects in ill development of olfactory lobes of brain. Reproductive organs. In females, the ovary and oviducts of body are preserved. This necessarily reduces the weight of body. Thus, it becomes evident that birds are fully developed for terrestrial, arboreal and aerial environment. In females, the ovary and oviducts of body are preserved. This necessarily reduces the weight of body. Okay, thank you.